How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Very excited. We're in the home stretch. Last 4 episodes coming up. So
Are you guys done filming?
we have finished filming a couple weeks ago. Literally, as I think we're doing a panel this afternoon, and Eric's in pitching season 3 to the network. So and we're wildly excited about it. The studio loved it when we pitched it to them a couple weeks ago. So.
Can you tease
crossed.
the rest of the episode?
The rest of the season?
Yeah.
Don't want to give. I just don't want to give much away, but or anything away. But we really look at these last 4 episodes, kind of like the big 4 we call it. And it was funny because every time when you write the show, you write an arena first, which is a couple page kind of idea what the story is. And every time we do the arena, Eric would go, "Okay, here's the episode that we can't. It's too big to produce." And it just we kept saying that with each of the 4. It's no, I mean just everything absolutely comes to a head in these last 4. It's everything for this season. And actually, for the last 2 seasons, there's things in the final episode that actually harken back to the beginning of the series. So you can almost look at these first 2 seasons as kind of like the first chapter of kind of a bigger kind of epic saga, and things take a big turn in 22. Not only for our characters, but just in the storytelling itself. So if you really kind of again take a step back and look at it like this kind of grand mythic saga, we really just turned the corner from chapter 1 into chapter 2, and all of the characters there's something life-changing for each of them, and we got a hint of that in the last episode with Charlie having to kill Jason, and that obviously sets her on a course. But it's a real curious change in her that again not what you necessarily expect, which is good. And then the episode upcoming, Miles is the one who has this just really very significant life-changing event. And then Rachel's kind of our lightning rod for all of the for both of the story threads that our key story threads. One of which is the nanotech, and the other is the Patriots. And so she's kind of attacked on both sides by both of those storylines, and which starts her down quite a unusual path. So no, they're really just really big episodes. And for me, the fun is I wasn't on the show the first season. I was doing my own show, and then I came on the second season. But I was just a fan of the show the first season. So I was like, for me, it's like a fan who gets to write on the show, and it's just so much fun to kind of see the plan for it, and seeing kind of what it's all happens.
Well, kind of to touch back on one of the things you mentioned, with Charlie killing Jason, what can you tell about the ramifications for the entire group? Because obviously, Jason is the son of 2 powerful people, and Charlie is Rachel's daughter. What can you tease about how the tensions will be shifting and as we go through the final episodes?
Yeah, well, I mean, the number one thing, I think in the first 2 minutes of the next episode, Miles makes the point. Who we have to, get before he gets us is Tom Neville, and when Tom Neville finds out, obviously it's this whole other. There's at least two levels of dynamic going on. One is he's lost a son who he'd obviously always. He has love for him and great hope for him, but took him completely for granted. I mean, he was just, I'll always be able to I'll hug him when all this is over, and now that's all gone. And so that's part 1. Then part 2 is when he finds out who was the one who did it, just his natural instinct for revenge, and he's already he's lost in this season. The very thing that drove him initially, which was everything for the family, is gone. So it's going to make for a really interesting kind of free agent next season, but a free agent who's coming from a place of real anger. And I think one of the things that to me is exciting, I really enjoyed his journey this season, because we got to have a Tom Neville storyline, because he was off on his own. He was kind of the hero of his own storyline. But I just always loved Tom Neville as you saw him from the beginning of the pilot, where he's just villain. He's the supreme kind of villain character, and so this is an opportunity to kind of spin him back into that. and I'm just really, I just can't wait to see John Carlin get his teeth into that. So, yeah.
Well, the buzz online is that JD's not really dead. Is he dead? Can you
Well,
say
I mean, we
anything?
always have the advantage that we have the nanotech, which has proven itself able to bring people back. Having said that, we're incredibly judicious about not just waving our magic wand and saying someone's alive. But that's not to say that JD hasn't returned to the set since his demise. Let me put it that way. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's part his. Where he fits into the puzzle these last 4 episodes is absolutely essential and key to spinning us in the next season. That's all I'm saying.